For 3 years, my summer job was a barista/cheesemonger at Sapphire Pantry in Laguna Beach, California. When I first started, I didn't even know what a cappuccino was, let alone how to make one. On my very first day, my coworker let me observe her make a drink, and that was the extent of my training. I was alone cleaning up when a guy came into the shop. He was your typical middle-aged guy, business suit, chatting on the phone, probably closing some important deal. He paused for a moment to say, "Cappuccino," and got back to his call. I attempted to do what my coworker had showed me earlier, but I quickly realized I didn't know what was in a cappuccino, so milk and coffee seemed like a safe bet. I knew the milk had to be foamed or steamed or something, but my best attempt left the counter splattered with bubbling, scalding milk that even I knew wasn't right. He was coming back in, so I just poured some milk in and hoped he wouldn't notice. Still talking on the phone, he threw a $5 bill at me, grabbed his drink, and walked off. I gave a sigh of relief, hoping I wouldn't have to see him again, and started cleaning off the machine. 10 seconds later, I heard angry footsteps coming into the shop. I turned around to face my executive nemesis and was smacked with lukewarm liquid as he threw the drink at me. "I don't even know what this is. Learn how to make a cappuccino," he screamed as my pathetic attempt at a cappuccino dripped down my face and soaked my apron and then stormed off. I stood there for a second, realized there was no way I was literally going to cry over actual spilled milk, and then grabbed the drink manual and started looking through it. I was going to learn how to make every drink possible, even if it killed me. A few weeks later, full disclosure, many mistakes were made and many drinks were obliterated. I was closing up the shop when the same guy walks in and up to the counter. We stare at each other. "Is there anyone else here?" he asks. "Nope, it's just me," I say. "Seriously, is there actually anybody else in the building who can make me a drink?" I said. "I will make you whatever drink you would like, sir." We squared off. Caramel macchiato, cappuccino, as dry as the desert. I stared back at him. Challenge accepted. The fabled caramel macchiato. It was like a unicorn at our place since we weren't Starbucks. We were a much hipper and cooler spot, but it was still the gold standard of drinks. Plus, making it a cappuccino, that was a bold move. But I was a bold barista. I turned toward the bar and the magic began. I pounded the espresso, I foamed the milk into frothy perfection, mixed the vanilla and espresso beautifully, then poured the milk and scooped the foam, and with such precision it could have been rocket science. A final drizzle of caramel atop the stiff foam was the final flourish. I set it on the counter and pushed it forward. He lifted it up to his lips and took a sip. And another. And another. Then, he nodded. He pulled out a $50 bill and threw it at me. "Keep it," he said, and strolled out of the shop, sipping his caramel macchiato cappuccino. The best part? He didn't realize I had made it decaf.